So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niren here, and today it is time for me to bring you one of the most requested cheat engine experiments in this channel's history. I make it sound like I've been doing these for years, we've been doing them for 2 months, people, but what I'm trying to say is, you lot wanted this a lot, okay? Because today, we are going to be seeing what happens, hopefully, if this video has made it out, then that's brilliant, because I'm a bit skeptical on the matter, but what happens if every single player on the game is the same nationality? What happens to the international competitions? We have made every single player the same nationality. As you can see over from the transfers, you might be wondering, A, what that flag is. It's Albania. B, why I chose Albania. There's no real reason apart from I'm lazy. When you use the cheat engine and you put the nationality ID in, it's basically a number format and it's alphabetical and continental based. I chose number 1, is what I'm trying to tell you. Number 1 is Albania. However, this actually in actual theory works perfectly because A, it's a country that has some players on the game, and B, it's one that doesn't actually have a national team. So all of the national teams on the game will have no players whatsoever. Anyway, if we go to the squad hub and scroll through all the players, you'll see they're all Albanian when it comes to their nationality, and you may actually notice something else, and that's that every single player is retiring. That is basically because at the same time as this, I thought I might as well test out what happens when all the players retire and every region is from the same country as well. And just to confirm again that absolutely everyone is the same nationality, if we search for English players on the database, you can see there's absolutely no players found. And again with Germany, as well as a final example, yet again no players at all from that country. Anyway, if you go on to enjoy this video, slap a like on it and subscribe if you are new to the channel. As you can imagine, it's taken a decent amount of time. Anyway, first thing we got to test really, I suppose actually, is look at the team sheets. I want to see the international team sheets. We scroll over to I, you can see all the international clubs have actually still got all their players. All the players are still playing for their same nations, and I think the reason for that is basically just because they were picked as international players by the international managers at the start of the game saves. They can't exactly just be released. So yeah, just to go over that again, for example, Ener Valencia here from Ecuador. The reason he's in the team is because he was chosen at the start of the game save to be in the Ecuadorian national team, whether he's actually Ecuadorian or not. However, when he retires, his regen will 1000% be Albanian. You saw Eden Hazard there, he was playing for Belgium. You can see though on his player information, he is actually technically Albanian. We've arrived at the first international break of the season, and as you can see, we've got the email saying players have gone away on international duty. In fact, we've not just got 1, we've got 2. It was so good they in fact had to do it twice. Alright, next part of the experiment, we've got an international management job offer. It's from Denmark. It didn't really matter who it was going to be from because every nation's in the same boat. We've also got one from Sweden, but Denmark, I saw you first. The actual team, the usual, that's all good. Your stock standard Danish players. But if we go to national squad selection, there's nobody. There's literally nobody at all in the whole pool. Even though, if we go across on here, he's from Albania. Henrik Dalsgaard is literally listed as being Albanian, but he's in the Danish national team. This is just going to cause carnage. I already see it. I already see it causing absolute carnage. Brilliant news for Denmark is they're top of the European Cup qualifying standings. Worst news for Denmark is that in about 3 days from now in game, they're going to have absolutely 0 players whatsoever. We've arrived at the end of the season. I'm very concerned. I'm very nervous about what's going to happen now. So here we go. I mean, it's already going to take about 15 minutes to sim into the next season because the game's got to generate absolutely every player on the entirety of the game. But now it's going to be doing that knowing that all of the nations on its game have 0 players. Oh my sweet tits McGee. We've actually made it into season 2. Look at this as well. Look at this news. Oh, this is carnage. This is going to be absolute pandemonium. The Colombia FA announced squad for South America Cup, right? Colombia, bearing in mind. And the picture has David Silva in a free agent's kit, Shkodran Mustafi, and Yaya Toure. None of those are even from the same continent as Colombia. I don't understand what happens now. This is gonna be bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Danish national team actually has no players. Oh my god. What is going on? Oh my god. This is amazing. The Danish national team has no players. It just says undefined and then a random guy. What in the world? Look at this. The club squad and then the national squad. What? I've got no players. National squad select. Oh my god. There's no players. Fam, there's no. Are you mental? Oh my god. I've just submitted a squad and there's nobody in it. This is incredible. This is by far the best experiment I've done. I'm so glad this is happening. So we've got Leno from Albania. We've got Pratley. Oh my. Why did I not choose a nation with pronounceable names? Having said that, Aguirre Gabiria is definitely not an Albanian name, so it's just given random names. There's definitely not a Sanchez from Albania as well. Let's actually search for Albania. I know it's going to come up with every player on the entire game, but I'm going to search for the Albanians. So we've got Boris Aniba, Paul Aniba. I think it's genuinely collated every single name on the entire database and just slashed them all together, which is phenomenal actually, because we're going to end up with some brilliant mixes of oh, this is amazing. The names we're going to get are amazing. Let's just go on a random team. Let's go, what's the world of Australia saying? Let's go Melbourne Victory. So we've got this man here who's called Hyunsu Dankovsky. Nah, mate, this is phenomenal. Ronaldo Wang. Alessandro Yamamoto is a white man with blonde hair. See, this is another thing as well. Absolutely every region in the whole world is white. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, for me personally, there's no black or mixed race or Asian people. They don't exist anymore. Right, enough with the names. We'll come back to that in a minute, and I'll try and put my favorite names together in one shortlist. But we need to live in the here and now because this game is absolutely shafted. Okay, the Danish national team has no players. Okay, I want to just say that to you for a start. I'll tell you what, let me go on import team sheets and let's see the other national teams. Okay, so we go to international. None of them. They've not got anybody. How is the game supporting this? There's no national teams. The Copa America, or whatever it's called, the South American Cup. Surely that's started by now. Oh my god, they were all forfeit games. Oh my god, every game was a forfeit. Oh my days, the plot thickens. Look at this, fam. Look at all the scores and fixtures. They're all 3-0 to the away team. Every single one. Why? Why the away team? Why would it not be the home team? I have no idea what's going on. Paraguay and Peru went through Group A. Chile and Venezuela in Group B. And then Colombia and Ecuador in Group C. And then Venezuela won the final, so they won the Copa America over Ecuador purely because of forfeits. Oh my god, it's just random players, fam. It's just random players. I swear Aguero's missing half of his hair, fam. There's so much to digest in this image. Venezuela win the South America Cup. Okay, sat before my eyes is Andres Iniesta in a full free agents kit, not knowing what the hell's going on. His name tag is Alex Hunter. How has Alex Hunter ended up involved in this? The main character of the journey, who's only unlockable in career mode when you get the journey and complete it, is on the name tag of Andres Iniesta winning the South America Cup for a country he doesn't even represent. Hang on a second. Pause. Yaya Toure, David Silva and Mustafi were representing Colombia earlier, and now they're representing one of Argentina and Uruguay. I tell you what actually happens when I sim to a European game? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Let me just submit the squad that I don't possess. Okay, I've submitted it. Brilliant, good. I've submitted a squad for an international tournament or an international game, and there's no players in it. Good. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Chelsea, well, there's games getting rescheduled all over the gaff as well. I don't know whether that's anything to do with it, but I've got about 64 messages about matches being rescheduled. Unavailable player is a slight understatement, EA. There's no players at hand. There's not a single Danish footballer in the world, and you are saying unavailable player. What happens when your next opponent doesn't have enough players to play the next match? This means they are forfeiting and you will be awarded a 3-0 win. It's an easy day. It's an easy day at the office. Ireland, the whole of Ireland have emailed us. Not the Irish FA, not the Irish manager, the entirety of the country of Ireland has emailed us saying, as as you have noticed, we had to forfeit our last game due to the large amount of injuries and suspensions. Ireland, mate, I don't know if that's the reason. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's to do with injuries and suspensions. So I assume the same will happen when we meet up with Greece. Yep, there we go. And Greece have now emailed us as well. As you can see, once again, it's been the same thing in the Euros as well. All games being forfeited to the away team. And so it all comes down to this then, a Euros final between Poland and Scotland. Once again, Scotland have won the Euros, and it's Andres Iniesta, who to be fair, he's having a good time, is Andres Iniesta at the moment. And finally, one thing that was giving me a lot of joy earlier was some of the names getting generated because everybody's the same nationality. First of all, we've got Carlos Alberto's son from Livorno. Brilliant name. Gary Gutierrez Gonzalez. Look, what's your surname? It's Gutierrez Gonzalez, mate. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit difficult. What's your first name? Yeah, it's Gary. Yes, Gary Gutierrez Gonzalez, but you can call me Big Gaz, mate. Ronaldo Wang. We saw him earlier. That is an absolute classic from Melbourne Victory. Faith Friday Girth is honestly perhaps the best name I've ever seen, though. Juan Pablo Smith is another one that's a bit of a mix and match, really. His name's somewhat of a pick and mix, really. How exotic is that? And then his second name's just Smith. So, Economidis. His first name is just so. Ziggy Hoxha is another brilliant one from Toulouse. Takahiro Gacinovic is one with an excellent flow but makes no sense geographically. Juan Ignacio Innocent of AS Monaco. We've got Aristoteles Boy. Juan Yang from West Ham. Meanwhile, his long-lost brother, Long Jang. First and foremost, Chang. Meanwhile, Sergio Madison is another of the pick and mix department. Humberto Wu. Ben Chen. Forgot about that one. The long lost brother of a famous cartoon character. Bogdan Mate Jr. Who has the surname Mate Jr.? And that, I think, is what happens when you make every player the same nationality on FIFA. Absolute hell breaks loose. Basically, we've ended up with an awful team full of Albanians. We're not even managing the national team anymore. I think we must have been sacked by the Danish national team. But if you've enjoyed this video, slap a like on it. For the love of God, surely the results of this experiment deserve a like. Subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. It's the big red button under the video and it massively helps me out. And you can also follow me on social media these days too. My Twitter and Insta are at @theofficialfng and links are down below. But what a mental cheat engine experiment. It has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.